You're listening to the Betoota Advocate's weekly news wrap on Desert Rock FM 96.5. Never knew we were living in a world with a man that could be so cruel. Never knew we were living in a world with a...
Let's go.
Welcome back to the Betoota Advocate Weekly Bulletin. I've been given a hurry on there. I was trying to bring us in with a bit of, flair. Sorry, heaven forbid. Trying to fucking...
Bit of personality.
Try something new here. My name's Clancy Overall. I'm joined by Errol Parker and Wendall Hussey, and we are the Betoota Blokes Advice Podcast.
And we're coming back at you again. Maybe try breathing through your nose, Clancy Overall. That could be something.
I have a joke for you, Clancy.
What?
Chuck Norris walked into a feminist convention and left with a packed lunch and his clothes ironed.
See, you can't. People don't want you to you can't make jokes like that anymore. So it's good to have this platform here to it's free speech is a big important
no one's
thing.
Ever
guys.
shutting us down.
Free speech is important, but not if you're Peter Stefanovic.
Oi! What's in the news outside of what we just riffed about, Wendell?
Well, we're going to start off a little bit different. We're going to go over to New Zealand for our first story. We're going to talk about a man by the name of Tim Narkey, who is set to be appointed New Zealand's treasurer.
Yes, if you don't spend a lot of time on the internet, you might not be familiar with Tim Narkey, a.k.a. Tim Myers. He's a young man and self-described degenerate who is one of our neighbours on the other side of the ditch. He shot to popularity recently by gambling 10 cents for every single follower he has on Instagram every single day. That's seen him gambling more than our young Wendell over here. Quite a lot more. With Narkey regularly dropping $100,000 on online blackjack.
And given that incredible success, he's now been offered a shiny new role in the New Zealand government. As Prime Minister Chris Luxton said to us, yeah, Tom's been chucked into the mucks to run through the books for us, eh? Yeah, through the bick. Yeah, mate, just off through the bick, hoss of money.
Of our own money. I was been able to make 5% of our deficit.
Oh man, off the back of his own money, he's been able to wipe off 50% of our national debt. Imagine what he could do for the whole government coffers if he puts them onto the line. Yeah,
it's an absolute no-brainer if they get Tim on board there. And look, it'll be very entertaining. I think you get a lot of Kiwis involved with the political process if they do that. So it's a great call. Now, we'll return home to our own political sphere, and the government has revealed that they're committing spending one submarine periscope worth of funding on the domestic violence crisis.
The federal government has finally committed to doing something more to combat the scourge of domestic violence and gendered violence across the country. Stopping short of committing the $368 trillion worth of money for the AUKUS submarine deal, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has promised $900 million worth of funding to combat violence against women.
Yes, the $900 million is over the course of 5 years. It is unknown what role the 8 submarines that arrive in 2050 will do to protect women in Australia, with Albanese refusing to comment on the issue and choosing to instead simply tell us that he is the Prime Minister.
These submarines are going to protect us all because they're going to...
ISIS.
No, they're going... So when the Chinese come, they will sneak up on them with these subs and they'll fire torpedoes at the ships, and all of those little Chinese conscripts will all drown, and then we will be safe. We will be safe.
No, 8.
So
8 of them.
Every state and territory.
So we'll have it every quarter. Every corner of our nation will have 2.
Where is the ACTs going to... Where are they going to keep
Jarvis
theirs?
Bay.
Oh, yeah,
that's
true.
their port.
So each state gets one. Each state gets one submarine?
And territory. So New South Wales gets 1, ACT gets 1. It hardly seems fair, but that's kind of the way it works. David Pocock will be very happy. Territorians right in action. Staying on politics now, and our next story is about an ICU nurse who's still renting at 32, revealing that she can't wait until the Liberals let her spend all $30,000 in her super on buying a $300,000 home.
Yes, local nurse Kelly Nanovich is looking on the bright side this week amidst the multiple reports of record-breaking house prices and projected failures for new constructions of dwellings across the country. Despite it seeming impossible to own your own house without parental support, Kelly said she's looking forward to taking a lifeline offered by the government.
That's right, with her bank offering her a 10% deposit as a result of being a frontline health worker. Kelly is now praying for the Liberals to win the 2025 election so she can use all of her super in her superannuation to get her foot in the market. With 31 grand to her name that she cannot touch, Kelly says she hopes she will be able to snag her nice little 300k shanty on the edge of town with only 3 burnt out cars on the street. How good.
The Australian dream is still alive. Last story for the week, a sports news one, and a Roselle paperbark tree is set to miss 6 weeks of footy after making contact with Paul Kent's head.
Yes, the broadleaf paperbark tree is facing a lengthy stint on the sidelines after a reckless high shot over the weekend. The insert Latin name here, I'm not going to say it.
Malialuca quinquenervia.
Thank you.
I have a green thumb.
Yep, is staring down the barrel of up to 8 weeks out following the match reviews committee to charge the tree with a grade 3 dangerous contact charge.
Yes, the incident in question occurred on Saturday night at the paperbark tree's home ground out front of Totty's Roselle, where Paul Kent, NRL reporter, tried to take a hit up before being clocked by the tree. Kent was sent for an HIA, head injury analysis, after the high contact and has since entered NRL 360's concussion protocol. A timeline on his return has not yet been outlined, with many hoping the latest blow could spell an early retirement. It's believed lawyers for the tree will attempt to plead the case that Kent was falling when contact was made with his head. If they can prove that mitigating factor, it may slash another week or 2 off the ban.
Yeah, sorry for the sports-heavy legal jargon there for people who don't follow the NRL, but it's just important to get that detail in there for those that do, I think. Real lack of class from Paul Kent over the weekend.
Good to get a bit of sport in there. A bit political this week, Jesus.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, on the left tutor advocate.
Me tutor. Cuck tutor. Doesn't know what we got called. Anyway.
Plenty of tutors.
Thank you for listening in. Hoorah.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.